What's up, guys? John Wood here, author on wheels, also the author of A Fight to Survive. I hope you've already clicked like on this video, subscribed to the channel, and you are ready for a new chapter in the story of Author on Wheels. On this chapter, welcome to the brand new reboot of Author on Wheels. You may notice things are a little different, and that's because this reboot is all about changing it up and bringing in to you a new chapter of the story that is My Life with Spina Bifida. On this YouTube channel, I have strived to try and bring you content that allows you to join me on my fight to survive and allow you the opportunity to experience what I experienced through telling my story. Today I'm going to tell you my story in its entirety. I must put a warning out though. Some parts of my story are not for sensitive people. If you have issues with hearing about surgeries and hospital stays, I encourage you to click off this video and watch at a later time. But with that being said, let's get through this. In a nutshell, I'm 29 years old, and I shouldn't be alive right now. Flat out, plain and simple, I should not be here right now. Every complication that could happen basically happened within the first 3 years of my life, especially the first 24 hours that were pretty hairy. I was born at Sacred Heart Hospital in Pensacola, Florida, and not even 24 hours old, I was transferred to Nemours Children's Hospital in Jacksonville, Florida, where I underwent spine surgery to correct the spinal defect that I was born with. Basically, a large pocket of nerves and junk collected outside of my spine in a way that I can only describe as like an alien sack. I will try to put a picture of what it looks like in general. It'll come up right here. But I was operated on and obviously survived the surgery. I already knew I was going to be paralyzed, and so did my parents, and thus began my fight to survive. I was in the NICU for 64 days before having even more surgeries, implantation of a ventriculoperitoneal shunt, and revision of the rods that were holding my spine up. The doctor said that if I had lived past the 24-hour period, that I would be either severely mentally handicapped or dead. I'm not dead, and I wouldn't call myself severely mentally handicapped. I do have dark spots in my brain where some information is missing, but that's just another part of my story. In December 2019, I revamped a former YouTube channel that I used in order to create this community known as Author on Wheels. Since then, I've been posting regular updates on my fight to survive and my book called A Fight to Survive, which you can order now by clicking the link that I will have down in the description. I have fought death hand in hand several times, and I have won every single time. 29 years of fighting and 29 years of not giving up. When I released my book last summer, I was under the impression that nobody was going to tell my story but me, and I had no intention of even having sold a few copies of the book. But as of today, I have over 50 copies via direct publisher sales sold, and over 1,200 copies that have been sold on Amazon over the past year. Almost 1,300 of you are reading my story right now of my fighting for my life, and I am immensely thankful, guys. Really. Thank you. My advice to you is to keep going, continue your fight, and never give up. And with that being said, this chapter of Author on Wheels has come to a close. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you'd like more chapters like this, please leave a like and a comment down below. If you'd like to follow my journey, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. I also invite you to join us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and the official Author on Wheels podcast. All of those will be listed down in the description, along with a direct link, as I said, to purchase copies of my book. Also, if you would like to purchase official Author on Wheels merchandise, I invite you to click the merchandise link to Spreadshirt down in the description underneath all of the social media information. But before I close this chapter, let me ask you a question. I tell my story on wheels. What about you? Let's turn the page and let the next chapter begin. See you soon.